friends. I pray that everyone is having a beautiful, blessed Friday in the mighty name of Jesus. And if you have not said it already, let's say it together. Thank you, Jesus, for another day. It is indeed a blessing to be alive, y'all. Yes, it is. It is, it is, it is. And so I'm leaving. Of course, it's my last day off, y'all. Trying to soak it up as much as I can. My goal is to, I pray you all are having a beautiful day as well. My goal is to, do what I need to do today. I was telling my daughter, my oldest daughter, and so I don't have to go anywhere tomorrow. I really do not wish to go anywhere tomorrow. And that will be the first Wednesday in a while where because normally I'm working, so Saturday is the only day that I can actually, do my running around or whatever. But yeah, I'm trying to just do whatever I need to do today and just, be at home tomorrow, because I have a lot of stuff I need to do. I feel like I'll get most of it done, the majority of it done today. But if I do not, then, I have all day tomorrow. But it's just a good feeling when you have everything you need in your home, food, what you want to eat, all this, that. And, you're just like, okay, I'm good. I don't have to go anywhere. I got this, I got that. That's a good feeling. And that's the way I try to establish us, where, we got plenty bathroom tissue, we got plenty of water, just stuff that we normally need extra of. I try to, trying to keep that habit, which I feel like is a good habit, because, there was a time we were, when my late husband was living, we would just buy just enough to make it to the, we'll just buy enough, just enough. We wouldn't buy any extra. But now the Lord is, able us to where we can do that. So it feels good to buy extra and just to have it on hand when you need it. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. So the only stops I have today is, of course, Dollar Tree, my favorite. That's my favorite stop there. But I think the only thing I'm gonna get out of there is just the dog's treats. We don't need anything else. We got soap, we got we got everything else. So I try to buy extra stuff, air freshener, soap, toothpaste, just so we'll have that stuff on hand. And some of that stuff, it lasts a while, so you don't have to buy it all the time. But anyway, if I go there, that'll be all I'll get from there. And then we have water. I don't know if I already said it. Well, we have plenty of water, and I may go. Well, I will need to go to Walgreens. Y'all, they have this veggie pizza, and it is so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I cooked it just right last night, because I was like, what do I want? I didn't want anything heavy. And I was like, I ate that. It was so good. Oh my gosh. So I was like, next time I prepare it, fix it, I'm going to get some pineapples. So I may get a can of those from the Dollar Tree. Because I used to get the Hawaiian pizza from Pizza Hut, and even from Domino's when I was eating meat. And that would be so good. But I'm gonna just see how it tastes. I feel like it's gonna taste good. But that pizza, it got mushrooms, it's just vegetables on it, but it's so good, y'all. Yeah, now I forget the brand, the name of it, but I only just usually get one, because but it's good. I was like, I ate that whole pizza, but it's like a medium. It's not like a super large pizza, but I just, of course I cut it, sliced it up. Y'all, that pizza was so good last night, and it's like my body wanted those vegetables. I believe that's what it was. Someone was saying, I was watching a video, and they were saying, watching a video on YouTube, and they were saying, a lot of times when something tastes really good to you, your body is craving that. And I was like, that must have been true last night, because I haven't had one in a while, and it had been in the freezer. I purchased it, I think it was this past weekend, or one day it was this week. It was earlier this week, I believe. It may have been Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever it was. But I was like, okay, I'll eat that whenever. And you know how you have stuff in your house to eat, in your fridge, your pantry, but it's like, I'm not gonna eat that right now. I'll eat it later. But last night I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna eat this. And oh, it was so good. And I always put a little dash of sea salt. It's not called sea salt, it's called another salt. But I always put a dash of that on there, and it was really good. I ate every bit of that pizza. None of that went to waste last night. And that feels good too, y'all. When you buy something, you prepare it and you eat all of it. That feels super good, because it's like, okay, I bought it, I ate it, I didn't waste it. That makes me feel good, because that's, like I said, that's really what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So anyway, I want to try get a can of the pineapples, and just like wait till after the pieces cooked, and then just cut them up. Well, no, actually, I'll need to, when it's almost done, I'll need to, I need for them to, I want them to gel on, or kind of blend in with the pizza. So, yeah. So I'm going to do that. And I was just curious how it's going to taste. So that's what I wanted to do. So I may have it be my dinner for tonight, but ooh, it was so good last night. It may be my lunch. It may be my lunch instead of my dinner. But, and I'm trying to do better, y'all. I really am. God, I'm like, Lord, help me, please, please, please. Because like when I'm out and about, that's why I don't really like to come out a lot, because I tend to, I'm going to stop at McDonald's. I'm going to stop at Chick-fil-A, and it's sort of tempting for me, which I don't even need to do that. And a lot of times I'm not even really hungry, but I do it anyway, and I end up eating whatever I buy. But it's like, I could have just waited till I got home, and got something to eat. So I'm just trying to be mindful of that. I really am, instead of, just doing stuff just out of, just because it feels good to do. Because, to me, that's a form of, that's required. It's, you're requiring self-control is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to do better with that, and just be mindful, which I am mindful of the money I spend when I go in these stores, but at the same time, I want to be mindful, of that too, because I've actually practiced that. And then when I, wait, until I get home, and I'm like, oh, that felt good to wait till I, until I got home, and I didn't even buy, I didn't buy anything to eat. I waited till I got home. I had self-control. So, but it do, every now and then I will do that when I'm out, because like I said, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but it's just like, since I'm out and about, okay, I'll grab me something to eat. But a lot of times that food is not that good, to be honest. And like yesterday when I was out, was it yesterday? No, it wasn't yesterday, because I didn't go anywhere yesterday. Day before yesterday, Wednesday. I ended up getting McDonald's, and I just got me a fry, medium fry and a medium sweet tea, and the tea, both were good, but I was like, I could have waited till I got home and fixed me something. So it's just, like I said, that's the thing, that how the fast food industry gets us. It's all about convenience. It really is. But what would happen if we would not be able to access that? You think about that. You have to eat what you have in your house. You have to eat what you have in your pantry, your cupboard, or whatever, fridge, freezer. And I'm like, I got a lot of stuff at home. I just have to be thinking, I have a lot of stuff at home that I could prepare. But when I'm working, I get off work, I just want something quick. I want it already ready. I want it done. But that just goes to show that's the society, that's the world we live in. It's fast, 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 and hurry up, give me what I want. And everything is at our fingertips. And then we teach our children that. And the DoorDash, I don't know, that may have been possibly the worst thing they could have ever came up with. Instacart, all of that stuff, because it's just super duper, it's too convenient. Actually, it's just too convenient. Because it's like, gosh, all I got to do is type in what I want to eat, and they deliver it to me. And that's how, to be honest, that's how obesity starts. And just a lack of self-control. It's a lot of stuff tied into that. Of course, that's what the enemy wants us. He wants us to be out of control with a lot of stuff and all over the place. Anything that's opposite what the Lord is wanting us to do, of course, he wants us to do, you know, something else, that whatever the opposite of it is. So, yeah, I'm over here. I'm gonna go ahead and Ross and just see what they have. It's really cool today, y'all. It's 65 degrees today. And oh, that's another thing. I wanted to pick up some chia seeds. That's why I wanted to go to the Dollar Tree too. I was looking at a video, and the lady was saying that helps when you're making a smoothie or something. It helps because what I'm looking for too is to be fulfilled. I'm trying to say, so I'd be full. I have some bars and I have yet to eat those. I ate all of them last time when I bought them here out of Ross, and they're I forget what you call them, but they're blueberries. I think it's blueberries, I can't remember the fruits that's in it, but it's a really good bar. It's like a Rice Krispie bar, but it's healthy. It's not sweet. It's not real sweet or nothing like that, but it's real good. But I forget the name, what it's actually called, but they're good. They're real good. So I eat those sometimes and drink those with my eat those with when I drink my tea. So just trying to, y'all pray with me, pray for me, because trying to do better. I seem like my body does not want oatmeal like what that's what I used to love eating in the morning. Back in Tennessee, I would eat me a bowl of oatmeal, but also I was drowning it with sugar and butter. So see, a lot of stuff I'm just trying to get away from, trying to do better. So I'm gonna run in here and Ross. Seem like that I would be the only one again. I mean, it's just, I guess some people are off on Friday. I'm normally at work, but I'm like, gosh, every time I come to this store, it's like always crowded. But of course, some people, they retired. Some people, what else? They just, maybe they're off today too. I don't know. But, or could be they don't work. But I'm like, every time I come to this store, it's always packed. I mean, whatever time I come, like today, I normally don't even come on Friday. I come on Saturday. I'm like, gosh. But hopefully, I'm gonna go and just look at the dresses. If I don't see like anything that catches my eye, I'm not gonna buy anything, because I'm not gonna just buy something just to buy it. So I'll see what they have. And like I said, the weather is cooling down now, so we'll see. So I'll be back. I'm back, everybody. I went in the Ross. Y'all, when I tell you, I can't even make it up. I can't even lie. Every time I go in this Ross, every time, it's crowd. I mean, it's a line. I mean, it's like a line. And I'm like, okay, it's Friday. It's 1:23 here. It's 1 o'clock, whatever. Why is it still a line? But I think too, what's going on is that they just don't have enough help. I believe that's what it is. And by them not having enough help, that, you know, of course, that's gonna cause issues with you know, the customers, getting them in and out in a timely manner. But I'm just like, oh my gosh, why, you know, here I am. This is on a Friday, so why is it a line in here? But they always move it pretty fast. But actually today it moved, you know, of course, somewhat faster, because there was 2 cashiers. Normally it's 1. So that, of course, that helped as well. But y'all, I'll be back. I have to make a phone call in regards to the accident I was in. So I'll be right back. The other day, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, y'all. That didn't take long. To God be the glory. So I had to speak with the insurance people in regards to, you know, the accident that happened Wednesday morning. Whew. So God has blessed that entire situation. So they just wanted to get, you know, a statement from me of everything that happened, and you know, and of course I have no reason to lie, so I provided them with what they needed from me. And so prayerfully that's the end of that. Because like I said, this is new to me as well, because I've never been in an accident. So where it was my fault. So I'm a little new at how all of this should be handled, if you will. So anyway, I did inform her. I said, you know, I thanked her for being patient with me, because it's just, you know, when you don't know the ins and outs of things and what to do and how to do it, you know, it's a little bit much. It's a little much for you. So so anyway, to God be the glory, as always. So, but yeah, I'm headed to Walgreens now. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot to do. Oh, that's what I gotta do, y'all. I'm gonna go to the Goodwill first, and then I'll come back this way. I'm gonna drop off these clothes, because I got 2 bags of clothes in the back seat. Excuse me. That I need to drop off, because they, you know, I don't need them. They're serving no use. So I'm just gonna drop them off there, and I may walk through the Goodwill. I'm not for sure. I just love going in there, because it's so relaxing just to walk through there. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back this way and go to Walgreens, and then after that, that's gonna be it. There's nowhere else I need to go. I wanted to get me some more running shoes, but some more Nikes, but I think I may end up ordering those off of Amazon. I don't even know if they sell Nikes, but I'm sure they do. But I'll get them off probably off online, because or unless I see, you know, some shoes that's a little less expensive. Because the ones I had to throw away, that had the gasoline all over them, I've had those since I've had those since we moved here, I think, or maybe even before. But you know, I don't even wear tennis shoes all the time, so they were just like new. They were brand new, just about. But you know, when I had that incident on Tuesday where the gas splurted everywhere, actually I can stop at the Walgreens now, and then I can go on to the Goodwill from here, because I forgot I can go this way. But yeah, it didn't get rid of that gasoline smell, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not walking around with no shoes smell like gasoline. It could have been another way I could get the smell out, but I'm like, okay. But it's all out of my washer and everything. Now I followed the directions, the instructions that told me to run the cycles, you know, the washing cycle 3 times. I did it like, I think 3 times or so, 2 or 3 times, and it worked. I put what did I put in that washer? I didn't put no clothes in there, but it said run it on do hot water. First I did, I think, cool water or something, warm water, and then it said, I googled it, it said do hot water, and I put what did I put in there? Oh, vinegar. Yeah, I put vinegar in there, because I didn't want that gasoline smell, you know, of course, in my clothes, washing the clothes. So it worked. Yeah, so now it smells back how it used to smell, just a regular washer. There's no hint of gasoline in it or nothing. So yeah. So Google actually helps you, you know, on a lot of stuff. It's, you know, it's a lot of stuff you may or may not know how to handle, and yeah, it's helpful to just Google it, and it'll tell you. So yeah, I got that taken care of, and thanks be to God, because I was concerned about that. I was like, why didn't I just throw that stuff away anyway? But I was trying to, especially I wanted to keep those tennis shoes. They were nice. Some gray and white Nikes, but I'll have to get me some more. And my favorite jeans, I had to throw those away. The shirt I had on, and then it was like a tank top thing. I threw that away. And then it was 2 towels I had to get rid of. So yeah, I just tied them up and threw them in the dump because I'm like, you know what? I just have to suffer that loss there. So I'm gonna go in Walgreens, y'all, and I'm gonna get some more tissue and what else did I say? Oh, that pizza. I'm gonna get another one of those veggie pizzas. That's all I need out of here. Hey, I'm back, y'all. I had to run in Walgreens and get those items the few items that I was stating I was gonna get. That's the only thing I got. The pizza and I got some Vaseline, some lotion because I'm almost done using the Bath and Body Works lotion about for Mother's Day, which lasted a long time because I don't use it that much, of course, but so I'm almost out of it. And I was thinking about going to Bath and Body Works and buy some more of that because it smells so good, but I'm like, I'll just use regular lotion. So anyway, and then I got the pizza. They had the pizza on sale for 2 for $12, but I was like, I don't know if I want to buy 2 of them. So I just be, feeling like I'm forced to eat the other ones. But so I said I'll just get the one, and then I got the Scott's tissue, bathroom tissue. I just got one of those because I was almost about to get 2, but I looked a little closer and I was like, wait a minute, they're not 2 for $5 anymore. So I didn't get I just got one. That's all we needed anyway. So I'm gonna head it to Goodwill to drop off these clothes, these bag of clothes that I have, and I believe that's gonna be all, y'all, because I don't really a lot of traffic out here today. I just don't have a lot that I need to do. I'm a truck going super fast. Yeah, I just don't have a lot I need to do or requires for me to do. So, and like I said, I'm learning. If you don't have a lot to do or need to do anything, best to stay at home because you're gonna end up spending money. Because you're gonna, it's gonna involve eating out. It's gonna involve you're gonna spend something because you're out. You're just out and about. If you don't have a set place that you need to buy, go buy something, or you need something, it's best to just chill out. You will get it will really be to your advantage to do that. Well, for me, I'm just talking about myself because I know how I am. I'm like, okay, I need that, and some stuff I buy and I'm like, I don't even need that. But then I also have gotten home, you know how you be in the store and I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna get that, I'll wait till later, and I'm like, I should have probably bought that. But all of my stuff that the things that I buy, they last pretty good, so I don't have to buy them much. But when I'm almost out, I go ahead and restock, of course. I'm sure that's what everybody do. But I was in the Walgreens and there was an older gentleman and a young lady. So the young lady, she had gotten out of line to do something, go get, I guess, exchange something or whatever. And so she only had one item in her hand. I had, of course, 4 or whatever I had items. And I told her, I said, you can go ahead and go ahead. I mean, you have way less than I do. And she's like, no, it's okay. And so I was like, okay. Because usually when I say that, well, I think she was being nice, but like she was maybe super young. But I was just like, some people, like I say, y'all, I just wrap my mind and think of it this way. Some people just that do not know how to accept, kindness. They don't know how to accept, people just extending a helping hand to them or whatever, because they feel like, okay, you know, I'm okay, you know, I'm independent and whatever. But still, she's a nice young lady. But I was just like, yeah, because if that had been me, I would have been like, thank you. But it you know, it wasn't a line in there. It was just me, her, and him. But the older gentleman. But I was just like, but yeah, maybe she wasn't in a hurry or whatever, and I wasn't either. I don't think any of us was, because like I said, there was nobody in that store really. But I was just like, okay, you know, if you don't want to go ahead of me, it's okay. I get it. But I don't know. But I don't experience that much, because usually, like I said, I've done that before. Ask the person, you know, you want to go ahead of me? And they're like, yeah, thank you. They'll hesitate, but they'll accept it. But yeah, she did. I'm like, okay, no big deal. And it's hardly anybody in that Walgreens. It's hardly. I mean, I don't care when I go. It's hardly anybody in that one. They right like by a highway, but looks like people just don't frequent that one a lot. Well, if they do, it's not when I go, which I'm thankful for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go to this Goodwill. Like I said, I may walk through it, the store, after I drop the clothes off. I mean, I walk through the store first. So I think you're supposed to drop the clothes off. It's in the back of the store. So I do the walkthrough first. I mean, go through the store first. But I'm sort of debating on that, because I was just in there Wednesday. Probably nothing has changed in 2 days. So just being mindful of not wasting my time. Even though I'm good today, I don't really have nothing. I don't have anything I have to do. But still, I wanna. It just feels good, you know, just to not. I've shared this before. It feels good to not have anywhere to go, anywhere to be. You know, you can just get up. I'm like, okay. But I'm gonna probably post a video about that. I got a few I need to upload. But I'm starting to feel like how the retired people feel. I'm like, oh my gosh, I see how much work consumes my day. You know, I work 8 hours, sometimes just a few minutes over, but I won't be complaining. And I haven't been complaining. I haven't. I asked the Lord to take that away from me, so I have not been complaining. But I'm gonna be starting Monday. I'm gonna be super, super duper grateful for being able to work, because gosh, I'm like, oh my gosh, it is a blessing to be able to work. And I'm gonna tease, joke around with the man at church. He's retired. I have a joke for him Sunday. I'm gonna say, well, I got a chance. I'm gonna let him know I got a chance to be retired just for a week. And I will tell him my experience with it. He liked to laugh, so I think he'll think that's funny. But yeah, it's just, I'm like, oh my gosh. And like I said, I believe too, I was telling the Lord, I believe what it is too. I don't really have a social life, and I mean that in a really, really positive way, because I'm good with that. But I don't have I don't have a social life. So what I mean by that, of course, I ain't got a man. I don't have a husband. I don't have a boyfriend, which I don't want no boyfriend. I want a husband when God says it's time. But that's what it is. My children are grown. I don't have, the, is this the right? I think this is the next. Yeah, it's the next one. Yeah, so that's what it is. So it's, everything is like, okay, well, what do I do? And then, church, I would love to, if I could, but I feel like God don't want me to do that in this season. He wants me to all to himself. So, because I've tried to do that, you know, oh, I can hang out with this lady from church, or me and her could do this, or me and her could do that. But it's a no. It's like it's a no. And not saying that they're, you know, not good people or whatever, but it's just we don't have the same interests. We don't have the same mindset. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. So I'm good. You know, I'm satisfied, y'all. I really am, and that's why I've been buying books for myself to read and to. I've told the Lord I want to be closer to you. Help me do that. And you know, I'm good. I've just never been in the place that I'm in where I had to just solely depend on, which all of us should. We're all in that place, as long as we say we following and love Jesus. But I'm saying, you know, I've never been in this place spiritually. You know, I always knew, yes, I'm supposed to follow Jesus. I'm supposed to, but now I actually have a relationship with Him, and so it makes the whole. It's just a world of difference there, and you know, I think different. You know, I wanna act different. You know, and everything that comes along to do. You know, I don't want to do it like I used to. I'm thinking about it. You know, I'm not overthinking, but I'm just like, okay, should I do that? Is that a good choice for me? You know, and people inviting you over their house. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. You know, but I have gone, and I felt safe in doing that. The lady that went with me when I had my my endoscopy procedure. She, you know, I didn't feel nothing off about her. She's divorced, and so me and her, she said, come on, you want to come over to my house? And so I went over there after church that Sunday, and that was nice. We had a really nice chat, and I stayed over there. I think I stayed over her house that Sunday. I stayed over there probably maybe 3 hours or so. May have been longer than that. My kids were like, Mama, you okay? Where you at? I'm fine. I'm over here talking. She cooked, what did she cook? I think we had tea, and it was some type of, I'm trying to think, what did she make for me? It was, tomato. We had tomato soup. Well, we had tea, and there was some type of, like, dessert thing she had. What you call it? Breakfast bars or whatever she had. So I had that and tea, and then we ended up staying a little longer because we were just talking about everything, about how God has blessed us and how He's helped us get through so many different areas in our lives and situations, and so she made tomato soup for me. So we had that, and we were just talking. We just had a really good fellowship. But that's been that was like, I don't know. See, this is September now. So that was back in April, May, something like that, I think. I don't know. But that was real nice. And it was so impromptu because after church we were just walking out together, and she said, you wanna, because I think we were initially leaning towards going to a restaurant. And she said, well, you can come over my house if you want to. And I said, okay. So I went on over there. So it's just her and her daughter that lives there. Her house is really nice, and in a real nice neighborhood, and we had a really good time. But I haven't been back up there. But she's the only one, and I think about it, she's the only one that I've actually been over to her home. I haven't, and then there's a black couple I met here, but they were our neighbors when we lived in that rental home. They were real nice. I really miss talking to the wife. She was I said, I feel like you're in my family. You should be in my family. Like another mom or aunt or something. And she always smiled when I say that. Cause she's like, I think she's in her 70s, but she got, of course, daughters my age or younger or older or whatever. But yeah, her husband, I really don't, he'll just speak, but he don't seem like he's a talker. But man, we had just the best conversations, and we were outside one day. I shared this before in a video way a while back, but we were outside that night. It was in the summertime. I know we were out there talking. I know it had to have been at least 2 hours and a half. It may have been 3. But I was on my side, of, in my yard. She was on her yard, and, hit the fence right there or whatever. But we had the best talk. I mean, we were just talking. And when we went out there, it was daytime. It was late afternoon, late evening. And then when we, the night was just progressing. Because I think I want to say I went out there, it may have been like maybe 5, 6 or something like that. And then, because that's when it was getting dark early. And then, next thing I know, I think when I went in the house, I think the clock said 9 o'clock or something. So it may have been 3 hours or more. We were just talking. And I knew in my mind, I knew we had been talking a while, but I was enjoying it. I really was. And she was too. We were just talking about life. We were talking about, I still, of course, my husband's passing away. That still was fresh. So I was still, deeply mourning him. I'm talking about him every chance I got. And, giving my testimony. But yeah, it was, I remember her husband, he looked out the window, whatever. It was like, okay, they still out there talking. I guess he's like, well, y'all have at it, because I ain't coming out there. But not mosquitoes. Colorado really don't have mosquitoes, but little flies or whatever, how they come in your face and fly in your face, and we swat at them and keep on talking. I enjoyed that. That's what I love, y'all. I love it. I don't, nobody was looking at their watch. Oh, I gotta get her, because neither one of us had anything to do. I couldn't, because I'm trying to think, y'all. I think then I was working from home. I don't know I don't even remember if I was even working at all. I don't know, but, and that's another thing. I don't know if that may have been on the weekend. I don't know, y'all, but I just know we really, I miss talking to her. But she was more so, some stuff she said I didn't totally super agree with, as far as talking about the Lord. But at the same time, I didn't come at her in a judgmental way, And she was the one that had said to me how she had the experience where a lot of people that say they love Jesus, they look at me Christians. And I said, what do that mean? Tell me what that means. And she said, they dress the part, they look the part, but they not living the part. I said, ooh, ouch. I said, well, that was me. That's how I used to be. And she said, really? I said, yes, ma'am. So, yeah, and then we got into all that. So, yeah, and she was just telling me, because she had somebody in her family that was like that. And I said, wow. Because I had never heard that term. So that's why I was like, what does that mean? And so when she told me that, I was like, you looking at what you just told me, that's who I used to be. But I ain't that person no more. And she said, praise the Lord. So anyway, we really had some nice talks. We did long talks. So I remember that's when I was talking to my stepdad them a lot. So I had told him about that. I had told him about that talk, and he said, what? Because me and him just had that relationship, y'all. And he'd be like, what? Because then there was another, and we would just laugh. But there was another time when that happened at the church we attend, when we first started going there. And me and that lady, the older lady, she was talking to me and stuff. And her husband was like, he had came to us twice, I think. This was after church. We were just standing there talking. We just talked a long time inside the church. Then we went outside talking some more. And it was warm that day, but he kept coming to get her. And she said, I'm coming. But she was enjoying talking too. So that's why she didn't want to leave. But I had told my stepdad about that, and he said, oh wow. He said, you love to talk. I said, I do, Daddy. I love to talk. And he know that's about me. And me and him don't have some long talks, but not that long. But I told him, I said, you learn so much, when you're talking to people, it's a blessing in that, and people, that's what's wrong with the world now. People so quick, they don't even want to want you to ask them how they doing. Some people don't, not everybody, some people. And I'm like, gosh, just take time to breathe, and maybe your day will get better. If it's not already better, it should be the best. You're alive. But I know I'm not ignorant. I know ignorant to that fact. I know a lot of people, they don't know Jesus, and so that's where I come in at. That's why I ask the Lord, help me put a smile on somebody's face. Help me to encourage somebody. Help me to, hug somebody, pray with somebody. Show me. I'll do it. And he know it. Jesus know I'll do it. But it's just too much hustle bustle. And I was noticing when I was in the Ross store, people just looking above that people's heads. I'm always looking around because I'm trying to see, I'm looking at who's around me and what's going on and paying attention to stuff or whatever, people, what they doing. But a lot of people they just in their own world. They just like, okay, I'm just here to get what I get in this store, and I'm ready to go home and go back to doing what I was doing. And they're not trying to talk to nobody, speak to nobody or nothing. And even the cashier who checked me out, I was trying to make small talk with her because I had, let me show y'all what I bought. I bought this right here. These, bought me a dress, but I bought this right here. So they flax seed bars. I don't know how they're gonna taste, but my goal is to eat them no matter if they don't taste good or not. But because I don't want to waste money. But they were only, I don't know if you can see that, they were only $3.99. And they're it says healthy snacks, but I was trying to read, it says no sugar. No, it's 6% sugar. That's what it says. But yeah, I don't flaxseed. I don't know how that's gonna taste, but they look like they just, see the picture, it says all natural, but they look like they're good to me. But it looks like they'll be good maybe as a snack at night or maybe in the morning with my tea. So I'm gonna try them. See what happens. But, and Dozoro makes them. That's the brand. So yeah, I was trying to make small talk with her about these, and I said, yeah, hopefully, because sometimes when you do that, the cashier or whoever, they'll say, oh yeah, I tried those, or they didn't. No, it didn't work that time. She didn't even talk, and so she was like, I was just trying to make small talk with her, but she wasn't having it because I said, yeah, maybe, hopefully I won't be disappointed in how it tastes, and so it was like, okay, lady, get out of my face. I'm ready. Because the line was long, so I was trying to be mindful of that too. But I just like talking, y'all. But I got this. This is the pizza y'all was talking about. Thin crust pizza, roasted vegetable. These are so good. Oh my gosh. I must have fixed it perfectly last night. And it's made with 100% real cheese. It's mushrooms, tomatoes, red onions, yellow, red, and green peppers. And it's so good. Oh my gosh, y'all. Look at I gotta show it to you again. Look at that picture. And that's what got my attention when I first started buying these. I first started buying them back in 2023. And that's what got my attention. Because I was like, that picture look like that's good. So you don't even miss the meat. Like, I don't even know that it don't have meat on it. Because, everything else makes up for it. The mushrooms and the other veggies. And I got this lotion. The moisturizing, nourishing moisture. And it's, I love the way Vaseline, it smells. So I bought that. So yeah, those are the things I got. That was from Walgreens, and then from Ross, I got the flaxseed bar. So like I said, hopefully it won't. Sometimes when I get something healthy and I ain't never had it, it tastes weird. Hopefully it don't taste too awful. But like I said, I'm still gonna try to still eat it. I don't like to just buy something and then throw it. Well, I don't really throw it away, but I just leave it there. So I'm gonna try not to do that. But on this pizza, y'all, this is what I was talking about. I'm gonna try to get some pineapples to go on it, because it's red onions. It's yellow and red onions, and it's red and green peppers, and then tomatoes, but mushrooms. So I'm gonna try to. We may have pineapple. You know what? I think I may have pineapples at the house. I don't know. But I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna take y'all in here to Goodwill. And like I said, I'm gonna There's really nothing I need out of here, but I just like walking through here. So I'm gonna go in here, and this will be my last stop, because I may just Instacart the other item, the very few items I'm gonna buy from the store. I may just Instacart those, because now since my youngest daughter has gone back, the other two, they DoorDash a lot. So I don't, if I cook anything, it'll be maybe one time a week, if that. So I told them, I said, when she leaves, the cooking finna stop. And he's like, okay. I was like, okay, I just want y'all to know that. So I always just try to keep, sandwich meat and chips and stuff like that. I know stuff that they like. But yeah, them days are over. Cause I'm like, mama got other stuff, and a lot of days I don't even want to cook myself nothing. So I sure don't want to cook them nothing. So, but I'm gonna take y'all with me. she don't call this early, and I don't see why she would be calling both of us. It's so early, because I think there is 4:30. I mean, it's not early, but we talked to her last night, so I think she wouldn't. I mean, she don't call this early. So she's had a lot of activities and stuff she's doing, getting ready for the incoming freshmen and stuff. She's helping with that with them. So yeah, I'm headed home. I don't even see any yard sales or anything, so that's my sign to go home, y'all. Like I said, I was telling the young lady in the goat wheel, I said, I'm out here looking for something to buy. Not in a bad way, but I just like looking around. It's fun. And nothing was standing out for me, and that lets me know, that further lets me know I don't need anything. There's nothing I need. God said you got everything you need. What are you trying to buy more for? So, Lord, I get the message. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and fix the salmon and rice. I always just fix rice with that. I don't think I've ever fixed anything else with that. Rice just tastes so good with that. I don't know why. And that's what I was raised on. My mom, when she would make it, when I lived with her, that's what she always fixed with it. But I'm gonna tell you something, y'all. Ooh, that sounds good right now. I have my late uncle's wife, which was my favorite auntie. She would fix these biscuits, y'all. Them biscuits, I tried my best to make those biscuits. I'm sure she still make them to this day. But they homemade biscuits. Them was the best biscuits, y'all. Oh my gosh, you could eat those biscuits. She would fix them. The biscuits I'm talking about, they would be so good with this salmon and rice right now. But they real flat. They were always flat, but they had a little fluff to them. But they would be so good when she pulled them out the oven. But she fixed them for my uncle whenever, she mainly would be for breakfast. So if she did like eggs and bacon, she always had a biscuits, or just biscuits and maybe just eggs or something, but grits. It was part of the breakfast menu. And of course, she made them for other, for the dinner and stuff too, I'm sure. But I remember a few times I was over her house and I was like, ooh, these biscuits are good. So yeah, but I know it, of course, it's flour, but there's some other ingredients which I probably don't have at the house. But that sounds so good. Make my own biscuits. That sounds good right now. That would be so good with and the closest I've gotten to with the taste of those biscuits is there's some biscuits that they sell. I think it's at one of these grocery stores I shop at here. It was some biscuits, but I haven't purchased them in a long time. But they're in a bag. They're in a clear plastic bag, and those taste pretty sort of like homemade. So but I may do that. I may have to order. I'm not going in another store. I'm headed. But yeah, that sound good right now. That would be so good with all that fixed together. I may do that. I'll see. So yeah, these are the 100. It's the Walgreens brand, but it's the 100 drawstring tall kitchen bags, and it fits up to 13 gallons. So I got these. They last a long time. I think what we have now is 50 bags. Maybe, I don't know if I bought 100 bags last time, but they always have such a good deal on these bags because police y'all. Because I bought these for, it was $9.99, but normally I think the 50 bag sometimes they're on on sale for $6.99, but today they were not on sale, so I was like, it's okay. So I just went ahead and bought these because I was like, well, they'll last us a while. We have to take the garbage, sack it up, and take it to the dump when my daughter do, and then I'll take it. A lot of times I put it in the trunk and take it. So we need garbage bag. We gotta have that. So yeah, I'm heading home now, y'all. Nothing else I need to do. I would like to go to Trader Joe's, but I don't want to tackle that. I feel like it's gonna be crowded today. I said that the other day. I think it was Wednesday, last time I was out. But this Trader Joe's in this area is always super crowded. So I'm not in the mood for that today. So I'm just gonna go on home and enjoy the rest of this Friday. Because after today, I got 2 more days and I'm back at work, y'all. But I've enjoyed this time off, y'all. I really have. And I'm not ashamed to say I've actually missed being at work. I have. I miss talking to the patients. I miss, I miss that. It may sound crazy, but I didn't realize how much that, that gives me so much satisfaction, some of y'all, I don't know, you may not like your job or whatever, but just be thankful, be thankful. And see, that's the difference in having a job where you're purposed to be versus where you just want to be. That's the difference right there. That's the difference. But yeah, and like I said, I don't know if that's if I'm feeling that way because of how my life is now. Because maybe if I was married, maybe if I was whatever, I had so much other stuff going on. But I really believe, though, in the season that I'm in, God He's calling me to be content, to be satisfied, to thank Him for every blessing. And I feel like He wants all of us to be like that. Go before Him with a heart of contentment, a heart of just gratefulness, thankfulness, because it's somebody. There's a saying, somebody's praying for something that you have right now, or you're walking in an answered prayer. Something that you prayed for a while back or a year back or whatever. You're walking. God answered that prayer, those prayers, and you're actually living that right now. But then on the other hand, you are what you're dealing with or experiencing, which is a good thing. Somebody else is praying for what you have and what you're complaining about. And I often think about that now, because that's so true. People saying, oh, I hate my job, I hate the boss, I hate this, I hate that. No, be careful what you're saying, because it could, how things could work or work out. Since you hate it so much, you could not have a job. The Lord said, okay, you don't like that job, so I'm gonna take the job away from you. And what I blessed you with and able you to, have. So then I'm gonna put you out of work. That's what the Lord's saying. I'm gonna put you out of work, and so now so you can be appreciative. Next time I bless you, when I bless you again, you'll be more appreciative towards what I've given you. So I think about stuff like that, and I feel like that's what He was doing to me a few times, or quite a few times, because that job at Blue Cross, I couldn't stay in that job. And my late husband used to tell me all the time, he said, the place I was in then, I was all over the place, y'all. I was I don't even think it was the job. It was just, I was not very unsatisfied with my life, So it just poured into my job. But I did my job. I did it well. I did what I was supposed to do. I got recognized for being a good worker, this, that, and the other, but I was just like, I want to do something else, But he often would tell me, my late husband, he said, be thankful. Say, you got it made. And I was like, how? Just so being so whatever. disgruntled about it all or whatever. And I said, and I knew what he meant, but I just wanted him to tell me. I wanted him to say it to me. And I said, yeah, I work from home, but I said, I want to go back out and be in the office again. He said, he always tell me, he said, you're never satisfied. He said, you're never satisfied. And sometimes he'll just shut the conversation down, because he was like, he didn't want to, he was like, it was almost like he was like, I don't want to talk to somebody who, you got it made. And he would tell me that. He said, you have it made. He said, your cars are full of gas outside, because you don't drive them because you work from home. The only time you drive them is really run an errand or something, or to go, when we go somewhere on the weekend. And that's true. The car stayed full of gas. We didn't go anywhere. He worked from home. I worked from home. And then we had to go pick up the kids from school or something. And they were the only ones that really left the house through the week. When all of them were in school. Because we stayed at home every day, all day. And then, what else? But yeah, he said, you have it made. He says people wish they could work from home. So the Lord answered my prayer. He opened that door, because when I quit working at I'm sorry, that was the second time I went back to Blue Cross. So that was in 2012, and then I was doing like a temporary job or whatever with Kelly Services. I worked there for a little while, and I was trying to I worked there prior to going back that second time, and they hired me back. So I worked there from 2000 and 2010 to 2000. No. I worked at that job where I had to commute for the 2 years. I worked there from 2010 to 2012. But I'm sorry. So I was out of work for 10 months. I started working at Blue Cross the first time, 2009. And then I started working at other job where I assisted the director at that place where I worked. It was a child care. We provided low-income child care to families, like a pre-K center place. And so I worked there for 2 years. And then after that, that's when I went. The Lord opened the door for me to go back to Blue Cross, because I worked there from 2013. I think it was, to 2000 and what was that? I'm trying to make sure I got the dates right, y'all. I don't work so many places. I started working there 2010 to 2012, and then I worked. I'm trying to think, what did I go after that? Oh, so I started working at the radiology job, but that was in 20. I can't remember, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's been that long ago. Because I only worked, when I went back to Blue Cross that second time, which was the last time, I only worked there for, I think it was only 2 years. I only worked, no. Okay, that's right. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah. No, I worked there longer than that. I worked there for I think it was 4 years, 4 or 5 years, because I didn't start working this job, the radiology job, which I resigned from. I didn't start there until 2018. So yeah, that's right. So I worked there 5 years. I'm sorry. I was just trying to remember. Wait a minute, I'm missing something. So yeah, I worked there for 5 years, and then that's when I got the radiology job. And how I remember that is that's when my youngest son graduated from high school. The same year I started working there, he was getting ready to graduate from high school. So that was 2018. Yeah, that's right. I was like, I'm missing some dates here. But y'all, I'm almost home, and I thank you all for coming with me on this little short vlog and ride. I love vlogging now. Trying to get better with that. But I pray you all are having a beautiful, blessed Friday. Enjoy this weekend. I'll be back on here because I got some videos I'm going to upload. Please know Jesus loves you. Bye-bye.